Hi guys, it's me Natalie again. So today this is I think the fourth vlog and I'm going to be talking about Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. I've read this book before and it's actually like one of my favorite books of all time. I think Morrison's writing is like one of the most beautiful things. It's magical. So going to be talking about the winter section, which is the section that I was actually the discussion lead for that we went over in class today. But more importantly, I want to focus something we didn't really cover in class is their encounter with Mr. Henry. So a summary of what happened. So Mr. Henry, like as we all know, like he's a boarder in Claudia and Frida's house. He's kind of like he's a little creepy. Like he has like a kind of like a creepy vibe to him. At least that's what I think. So basically, what happens is that the girls are on their way back from school after the whole incident with Maureen. And they come home, and basically Mr. Henry's like, hey, why don't you get ice cream? And he gives them money, and he sends them away. But the girls are like, we don't want to go that far again. We were just there. And they decide to go to a place near a house to get candy. So they come back earlier than Mr. Henry, like, expected. And they witness him, like, with a couple of prostitutes doing dirty things. So on page 77 of this copy of the book, there's a quote. Sorry, finding it. That says, these were the fancy women of the maroon nail polish that Mama and Big Mama hated, and in our house. So I think this quote, like, really wraps up the situation well. Mr. Henry allows, like, his corrupt ways and the corrupt ways of the prostitutes to seep into a house that he doesn't even own, that is run by a woman, and it shows that, like, nowhere is safe for these girls growing up in their time. Everywhere they go, they can find and witness corruption. Like, there's no protection. Like, no one's looking out for two little black girls in this time. And I think, like, that's really important to talk about, that, like, they're alone in this world and that it's so easy for them to walk in on a border with prostitutes. Like, that would never happen today. And even, like, Mama and Big Mama, they hate these women, but Mr. Henry has assumed power over them solely because he's male. He can only do this because of his manhood. There's no woman would ever just go into a house and take the power position. It would never happen but for Henry it's easily assumed because we never see the father. We don't know if, like, I'm assuming there is a father, but we never see him. There's no one to fight him on this, and he just allows these dirty women, but why are they dirty? But that's a whole other conversation. He allows these women into a house that's not his. He doesn't care about the women's feelings. He just wants to, like, get his pleasure. And men, like, are in this time, and honestly still today, like, they're never treated empathy because, like, it's a woman feeling, and they're never treated it. It parallels to the fight that Pecola has with Junior later on in the section of the book. He basically lures an innocent girl, Junior, into his house, harasses her, and then blames her for killing his cat. Like, and he has no empathy for her. She's just an innocent girl trying to get home from school, and he's totally taking control of her because men are taught that they can have whatever they want, whatever they put their minds to. It's terrible. And another really important part of this is, so the girls come back in and they ask Mr. Henry, like, who were those girls? Like, why were they in our house? And he tells them that the prostitutes were members of his church group. He tells these girls that these prostitutes are members of his church group. That's so messed up. And he's basically, like, using God and religion as a scapegoat, and he's not, like, I mean, the man is obviously not a religious man. Being a prostitute is obviously a sin, but he's exploiting religion for his benefit, and because he thinks these girls are, like, stupid and he can use them however he wants. And then another quote that I think wraps up the section is on page 78, and it's Claudia, and she says, was that really our Mr. Henry with China's fingers? And I think that's important because it's hard to see adults that you know and hard to see them being fallible and making mistakes and not playing by the rules, because children are taught that, like, you'll grow out of it, and as you get older, like, you won't make these mistakes anymore, and you won't sin anymore. But it's right in front of them that Mr. Henry, a man they know and trust, he's making a mistake, and it's not something you can grow out of. And I think that's really an integral and important part of the story that we glossed over in class. Once again, I'm Natalie. This is my vlog for English 153, Introduction to Women Authors, Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye.